That was a heck of a visual. I was glad I was on mute because I was laughing too much. Let's pick one more of our final two topics. Do you have a preference between windfall or sandwich generation?
Yeah, let's talk about windfall because my windfall story is ironic and funny all at the same time.
Windfall has a way of doing that. I'm all ears. Let's make sure we're reset and look at the camera. But other than that, go for it. I'm excited to hear this one.
Okay, well, gosh, it's maybe 15, 20 years ago. I got referred to a teacher and her husband who had won the lottery. They had won the prize. I think before taxes, it was probably about $50 million, which is even by today's standard, quite a sizable sum. Um, so they asked me if I could come to their house. So gladly went up there, of course, to see, met with them. I get to the front door, um, and the wife, is very gracious. Oh, wonderful for you to come. Um, and she was very warm and welcoming. Um, she brings me inside, and her husband is sitting in one of those strato lounger chairs with his back toward me so that I couldn't see him because he wanted anonymity. He did not want me to recognize who he was when I saw him out in public. He wanted to guard his privacy. So, first of all, that was one of the most awkward meetings I've ever done in my life, where here I am talking to the back of a straddle lounger. Um, and even the wife, I think, was clearly embarrassed. Like honey, this is Ken. He was referred from Norma. Please, turn around. Nope, and I mean, he was like adamant about that. So again, talking to the straddle lounger, which was just an interesting occurrence. Needless to say, we didn't develop the rapport that you needed to be, someone's financial advisor. And needless to say, we never got hired by this gentleman. Um, so the antecedent of the story is they went through all of the money. They bought boats and cars and second and third and fourth houses. They clearly squandered what they had, because, and again, it's a lot of money, but after taxes, especially living in the state of New Jersey, you get pretty hard pretty quickly. Um, and they wound up getting divorced. And the sad story is that the woman actually went back to teaching in the same school district that my client worked at, because she had to support herself and she wanted to get to the years where she could have a pension. So, yeah, sad, ironic, but odd and funny at the same time, right? Only good things would have happened for her. He was, whatever he thought, it was a super awkward situation. So thankfully I didn't get hired. That's one of those good things where, life works out sometimes in strange ways.
That was a heck of a visual. I was glad I was on mute because I was laughing too much.